This is a CV that I received a few months ago. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to talk you through how I kind of review CVs when they come in, what kind of my thought process is, and kind of just give you a general kind of overview of this CV. Now, I'm not going to apologise because I am going to nitpick, but what we're looking for is we don't want to create reasons for a client or a recruiter not to call you. So you want it as it's a presentation at the end of the day. It's a document that you're selling yourself with, so you want it to look as slick as possible. Now, first things first, he's put his contact details at the top, so that's good. Personal profile, good, and there's some tangible evidence in there. What I don't like personally is these gaps here. Hopefully you can see my cursor there when I'm clicking on things, but at the top here you've got these things. I think it looks a bit dated in the formatting, so I'd prefer to have a kind of a solid kind of block paragraph. But the white spacing is good. He's listed some career achievements at the top. Again, they're tangible. He's talking about revenue generated and amount of kind of mechanical products that he's developed. So really good stuff. Showing that he's international as well. So this is good so far. However, I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't know where he's working. So let's scroll down, see where this person's working. So it's halfway down the second page to see that they're a contract development engineer for a business. So it's not ideal. You want that to be on the first page, ideally. So maybe swap out the career achievements, or just by playing with the formatting slightly, you might get that job on there. I'd rather have your job here than at the bottom of the first page and push the core competencies back slightly, just to get that hook there. But again, we've got kind of formatting issues here. So for me, I'd like to have them kind of a bit neater, and again, that might save you a bit of space down here. But and then when you look at things like this, so you've got at the bottom of this page, you've got the job title, and then you have to go down to the next page to find kind of what they're doing. So it's just little details like that if you're up against a very similar CV or kind of experience-wise, and the internal recruiter's got to make a decision on who to call, they might call the other one if their CV reads a bit better. The spacing's a bit inconsistent as well. So all in all, the content's fine. I mean, it goes over 4 pages. This person's been kind of working since the mid-90s, so that's okay. But some of this experience here, you could probably summarise. So VP Sales and Service isn't overly relevant to the design engineer jobs he's going for. So yeah, and then right at the bottom, he's got his education. He's got good A-levels in maths, physics and design. He's got a degree from a decent university. It's a 2-2, but at the end of the day, it was kind of a long time ago, so it doesn't really matter. It's more what they're doing. So that's this person. For me, I'd be giving them a call because they've got some good content in there. But if I was a recruiter in a big organisation that wasn't just handling design engineer jobs and had lots of different job roles to look at, some of these internal recruiters have 100 live vacancies across different departments, don't forget. So they're kind of looking for those keywords and those reasons to call, or probably sometimes to not call. So you get a call from a recruiter, but not necessarily from an internal recruiter. Okay, so let's go on to the next one. So the next CV number 2. Okay, scroll back up to the top. So this one, okay, immediately a bit more impactful. It's got some colour in there. Whether or not you like that colour gradient, that's personal choice. I personally wouldn't use it, but it stands out. It's got my attention, and it's zeroing in on the achievements here. So you've got contact details at the top. You've got a bit of a statement about what they do. You've got your again your personal statement there. I'd like to have their qualifications at the top because they've got a really good. Well, they've studied at Brunel. It's a 2-1. I'd chuck that to the top. There's plenty of space here to do that. You could maybe chuck it in under there as a little kind of headline. Yeah, they're kind of going straight in. The colour's nice, the spacing's nice. It's a nice, clean kind of looking document. They've got some tangible kind of stuff in there, so you can at a glance pull out some really interesting keywords. So the top off is good. They've got the current job title there, and it's a big, well-known brand, so they're going to get attention just for the brand that they've worked on. But this area here, whilst they've spaced out the bullet points, potentially a little bit wordy, and personally I'd have been calling them just because of that, and this kind of thing here. But I think some internal recruiters, they might get put off by the big block of text here, but content wise it's fine. Again, they've got it down to 2 pages. They've smuggled in the technical skills at the bottom here, and yeah, generally speaking, it's a nice layout. I would like to see some hobbies on there, because I know this person, I know they've got some really interesting hobbies, and that can, at the end of the day, you've got to work with this person. You're not just kind of working with their skill set and experience. You're working with them as a person as well. So hobbies on there could make a difference. But yeah, generally speaking, that CV is pretty good. Right, I think I've accidentally closed the screen share there, so bear with me. Right, we're going to go to number 3 now. How are we doing for time? Okay, we've got plenty of time. Right, here's the third one. So again, right, this person has managed to get their CV into 1 page. Now, I like the layout of this. You've got the band in a colour at the top, so it stands out. And you got to remember with these, it's all personal choice whether you kind of add colour or not. But if the majority of CVs are in kind of standard kind of black and white, if they're fair, especially if you're kind of an engineer, they're going to be fairly boring. Let's be honest. Having a big splash of colour, even if it's just at the top there, like as the header, it makes your CV a bit more memorable, makes it stand out from the crowd. Contact details, good. What they do here, that's good as well. It's right at the top, so immediately you kind of say, this is who I am, this is where I am, and how to contact me. Senior design engineer with a passion for solving challenging problems. 9 years of experience developing consumer products in a fast-paced environment, constantly striving to learn new technologies and apply them in novel and unique ways. It's quite an opening statement. And then, again, very quickly, they've summarised what they've done. Now, personally, someone with 10 years experience, there's no harm going on to a second page here, but it's there, it's short and sweet, it's compact. That person's getting a phone call from an agency recruiter or an internal recruiter, no doubt about it. They haven't put on there the classification that they got. Now, this person was educated over in the States, so maybe they've thought, I won't put my GPA on there, or I'll just leave it off. But I think most, especially international businesses, if you're applying for those, they're going to understand kind of the conversion from GPA to the UK kind of system. If not, if you're currently overseas and you're applying for jobs in the UK, it's a quick Google search to find out kind of what the equivalent is. So just chuck it in there, make it easier for the reader. And again, yeah, this person's put on some of the icons there, but they've also put in the keywords, and the fact that I can grab it there and highlight it means that it will appear in my search as well if I looked for that. Telling you that whilst he's educated in the States, he's an EU citizen, so there's no problem working here. He's also a US citizen, which is going to be handy to some businesses, and he's got Chinese factory experience. So just a few kind of unique selling points there. Again, no hobbies on here, so if you went on to the second page, you could perhaps expand on some of these experiences, put some of the achievements in there, and expand on kind of who this person is as a person, what they like doing. But in terms of impact, it's got the attention. Okay, so I've got one more. Right. Where's that gone? Okay, so this one is 2 pages long. Okay. Again, first impression. No, please do excuse. I should have said earlier. Obviously, I've tried to redact the contact details of these people. They've been kind enough to share their CVs with me, but we don't want to be spreading too much personal information out on the internet. So ignore the smudges. But this one is an experienced mechanical engineer. They've got a fair amount of experience, and it's all really good experience. But their CV, it's a bit cramped together. That's what I'm feeling. It's good that they've got the contact details at the top. They've chucked their education in there, and it's decent, good, relevant to the kind of qualifications to the stuff that they're looking for. And then there's a skills summary there. Would have been nice to see a bit of a profile, but I think this kind of makes up for it. And then you get into employment history. So it's good. It's straight in there on page 1 with what they're doing. Now, this person, again, this is an example of attention to detail, or just getting someone to proofread your CV, because I don't know if you've noticed down here, but this person has travelled back in time. So I'm assuming this should be March 2017. If not, they will be a millionaire selling their time machine. Again, this is a contractor, so what I do like about it is that they've included details of the projects that they've worked on. Things like this, the recruiter should pick up on that and give them feedback. So it's not the end of the world, but it could be one of those things that either doesn't get you on the shortlist if you've got comparable CVs that you're up against. But yeah, I'd like to see this person's got plenty of experience. Going on to 3 pages would allow you to create a bit more space between these between the jobs, make it a little bit easier on the reader to kind of go through that. Again, they're talking about kind of computers here. I'm not sure whether that's kind of really hobbies. I mean, it's showing that they're interested in computers and working on CAD outside of work, which is great. But I would, on that 3rd page, you're going to have more than enough space to talk about this person as a person, what they do. So yeah, there we go.